To the US now, and hundreds of protesters have rallied in Washington in support of the demonstrators on Wall Street, with calls for tougher action against corporate crime.
Many in the crowd brought sleeping bags and raised tents just blocks from the White House, and they're vowing to stay on indefinitely. Our North America correspondent Lisa Miller was at the rally.
The protests in New York have been going for about 20 days now, but this is the first time we've seen some action in Washington, D.C. We're on Pennsylvania Avenue, Capitol Hill is up there to the right, and then in the other direction we're a couple of blocks from the White House, and that's where they're going to be marching later this afternoon. They've been gathering in a park nearby here for a couple of days, but only in small numbers. Today is the first day that there's been a coordinated effort. They've called it Occupy DC. They're trying to copy, of course, the momentum that they've seen in New York, and they want people to eventually sleep out here tonight. Like the groups in New York, they are anti-capitalism, anti-Wall Street, anti-war. There's a lot of placards here talking about healthcare and social security as well. We spoke to a few of them earlier, and this is what they had to say.
I have 11 grandchildren, and I say I'm going to Washington not for me, but for my children and for their children. And that's what's, because it's really, we're not getting any help from Mr. Obama, even though I work for him, voted for him. He's not helping us. He's on the side of Wall Street. Either that or he's very timid. We don't know what is driving this man. But it's obvious that until the people get activated and come out in huge numbers and take back the country, nothing's going to change.
We want to be heard, that we won't be ignored, even though we are the 99% and we pay a lot of the taxes, we do all the working, and yet we have none of the voice being listened to.
So what they're hoping they're going to get out of today is a bit of the momentum that they've seen in New York. These organisers have encouraged people to bring along their sleeping bags and tents and to set up camp here, as they've done in New York. Just how many people will actually do that in the end, they're not sure, but the organisers are pretty happy with the numbers they've got so far.
Lisa Miller there in Washington.